Welcome to the Character Chronicles, the People Show. Checking the pulse of Husker Nation, brought to you by DPS Concrete Construction, your local concrete experts. Check them out at dpsconstruction.net. I have a very special guest today. Right before I bring him on, it's finally time. It's arrived. The website is here, ladies and gentlemen, August 15th. I've been talking about it for a couple of weeks, and I'm sure I'll talk about it a whole lot more, but characterchronicles.com, easy for me to say. August 15th is here. You can check out, of course, the Character Chronicles show, the Big Ten show, where I have a whole lot of fun with my co-host, Jeff Turn, where the H is silent in his name, 93.7 The Ticket. We got Character's Crew with Ashley Spitznagel, all of her phenomenal art. You got Connor Hayden of Corn Craze. You got John Johnston of Corn Nation, who is not boring, quite entertaining. We got merchandise stores. We got highlight tapes. We got features that are coming soon of former players from Where Are They Now. We're going to be doing Fan of the Week sections, all sorts of stuff. I'm talking to Scott Strunk possibly about Husker Hounds, doing some stuff on the site eventually as well. Check it out. It's finally August 15th, almost here and arrived. CharacterChronicles.com. But first, it is time to bring on my special guest. Now, this is a guy from Lakeview, Nebraska, the governor of the great state of Nebraska, former defensive back from 1975 to 1978. A two-time first-team All-Big 8 performer. He played the Monster. What a great name. The Monster position. A first-team academic All-American, Nebraska Football Hall of Famer. And for those from my dad's generation, who I heard about this a million times growing up, and I went back and watched it, he recovered Billy Sims in the 1978 game versus Oklahoma, the Heisman Trophy winner. The fumble of the Heisman Trophy winner Billy Sims to seal Tom Osborne's first victory over Oklahoma as a head coach in 6 tries. They were number 1 that year. Oklahoma, Nebraska took them down. Mr. Governor of the state of Nebraska, Mr. Jim Pillen. How you doing, my friend?
Hey, Adam, I'm great. Thanks for having me on. I feel like my life just passed before me there. That's cool. You know, any of us, for all of us that had the privilege to wear the N, it's one of those gifts that never goes away, and I think we all pinch ourselves and say, how were we able to be a part of it? How were we able to play for Coach? Just a really, really awesome experience that never gets old.
Now, I agree with you on all of that, but when I was sitting down to prepare for this interview, the first question that popped right in my mind, and I'm just going to read it. Is there anything you learned from your playing days at Nebraska that have helped you when it comes to being Nebraska's governor now?
Honestly, everything. Things that stand out. Obviously, we learned extraordinary discipline playing for Coach. You do your single best every single day, and you give it all you have. And, that's a fundamental principle that stayed with me in life and raising our family, building our business, and couldn't be any more applicable being your governor. It's such an incredible privilege to be the 41st governor of Nebraska. 7 months in, I still can't believe it, but we got our feet under us. We're going hard, and, we're giving it everything we have. And sometimes that can be the challenge, right? To win, we gave it everything we had, and sometimes we didn't have very good balance as competing athletes, and that's probably my biggest struggle is saying no. I can't be everywhere, and that's probably the hardest part. We didn't learn how to say no with Coach, right? We just gave it all we had every single day.
That's a great point. And we now have a new head coach, as everyone knows, Coach Matt Rhule. He's heading into year 1 under his tenure here at the University of Nebraska. Now, however you want to take this, because some people go wins, losses, some people go otherwise, but what would you consider to be a successful season for the Nebraska football program this upcoming fall?
Well, I think that one of the things that we had that is fully much more appreciated today is, we all had the gift of belief. We believed no matter who we played that we were going to win. I was recently in Colorado for a governor's conference, and I laughed about, and somebody brought up Colorado football, and I said, well, back in our day, my senior year, we were down 14 points in the first quarter, 14-0, and we all just sat there and said, don't worry, we'll kill these guys, and we won 56-14.
Mm-hmm.
And so having that mentality, that takes time. I was in the locker room with my senior year where nobody had ever beaten Oklahoma, and that is a mental process. And so I think a big win is there's not a shadow of a doubt in my mind that they're going to be physically tough. They're going to be mentally tough. They're going to be able to compete. Then the last piece is the belief that they can win. And, that takes some success. That takes some confidence. That takes some leadership. And that's the piece that, I hope like that can happen sooner than later.
I want to talk straight to the fans real quick for a second. I almost forgot to mention this. We've had some pretty cool guests here on the show. If you've been following the Chronicles throughout the month of August, I've got 8 total interviews in a row that have been coming out, starting with Prince Amukamara, then Rhule. The past couple ones, if you've missed them, have been the GOAT himself, Coach Osborne, all right, and Marcus Satterfield, who's coming up next after this, followed by Larry the Cable Guy. Can't forget my most recent interview, which is Tony White. I know I'm jumping all over the place here, but try to follow along as I try to sound coherent and have fun on this show. But do me a favor. If you've been excited about all these interviews throughout the month of August, Husker fans, smash that like button, YouTube, Facebook, and Twitter. Now, you brought up Colorado, okay. We're playing Colorado week 2, and I don't want to jump over Minnesota, but I'm going to just for the sake of this interview real quick. They got Coach Prime. Something you never do as a player or coach, but I'm not in that position anymore, so I can. So here's the big question. In Boulder, Coach Prime, Matt Rhule, does Nebraska beat Colorado on that given day? What's your prediction, sir?
Well, I have great confidence. I will never go against the Huskers. And, when you just think about, how hard Coach Rhule and his staff work and how much energy they put into all aspects of these kids' lives, and just our culture of Nebraska football. Yeah, I'm a big time believer that we're going to go in there and do well.
Do you have a win-loss prediction for the Nebraska football team this upcoming fall?
I tell you what, Adam, I don't. I haven't had the opportunity or taken the time to really go through the list of all the teams that they play. I do believe they're going to compete really, really well. I think that they're going to do way better in the West than people are predicting. But it'll be really. It's. I wish we had a game early at home to have a little more of the Nebraska energy fan base behind us, because getting off to a good start will really help that belief system.
How about this? Do you think Nebraska will make a bowl game?
Yeah, I sure think so. I'm very optimistic that they can get to that 6-win mark because there's again, it gets back to, can they get to that confidence level to win? They certainly have the talent. They certainly have the coaching. They are, if they can execute a lot of the things that's getting talked about, if the kids can start buying into it, they'll do better than 6 wins.
All right. What's been the biggest surprise for you when it comes to, since you've been the governor over the past 7 months, what's been the one thing that's maybe surprised you the most when it comes to actually being the governor of Nebraska? Like, what surprised you about the job a little bit? Not necessarily that it's bad, but just surprising.
Yeah. Let me tell you that some people, number one, the most extraordinary piece is countlessly every day I have people coming up and saying, Jim, I'm praying for you. That's Nebraska. People are so incredibly faith-filled, and it's overwhelming. You never get used to it. The thing that some people can't believe, but it is, I don't have anything. I don't allow any negative experience to take place. I'm having the time of my life, and I'm working hard to be governor of all Nebraskans, and that doesn't mean we have to agree on everything, but we can have respectful. And I'm grateful everybody's given me a chance, and I'm not saying that's a surprise, but that's cool stuff. Nebraskans are incredible people, and the good news is we probably agree on at least 80%. We believe in faith and family and hard work. We believe in the American dream. We believe in working hard to make things better for our kids. We all believe in our kids. Our kids are our future. So there's a gob of things that we believe in, and believe it or not, the perception, because two people filibustered this last session, we had a gob of issues that we had. We had 46 total votes, so we had tons of issues that we had bipartisan support, and I didn't think that could happen as quickly as it did. So that was a little bit of a surprise. I'm really proud of it.
Well, that's awesome. Let's get to one more question. And you said you haven't shared this story very much. So apparently something interesting happened to you on the day that you got your Blackshirt, a little behind the scenes story. So go ahead and share that with the fine folks at home, if you don't mind, sir.
Yeah, I think that it all affects us all differently, but getting that Blackshirt, it took 3 years, and I would have jumped off of buildings to get it. And this was the cool thing about our culture. This was the cool thing about playing for Coach Osborne. We competed our tails off every day, year round. And when I got my Blackshirt, it was just transformational. What happened is, okay, my job now is to help 7 guys under me take it away from me. And that is the epitome of team. And I think one of the things that was, after you reflect in your way, one of the key reasons why we were so successful, there was no I in it. This wasn't about me owning the Blackshirt. Now my job was to help everybody take it from me. And that's why we had the teams we had. It was pretty cool. It was a cool thing, and it's something that I've cherished.
So, in your opinion, because every defensive coordinator does a little bit differently, like, how do you think the Blackshirt should be handled? And kind of what I mean by that is, should they be handed out at the end of camp after a couple of games? Should it be a limited amount of Blackshirts? Should it be all the starters plus a nickelback? Like, what are your thoughts on that? Because that's always something every new defensive coordinator tries to figure out when they get to Nebraska.
Yeah, well, I think everything changes, and now because of so much situational football. Back in the day, we had 11, 12 guys, and that's the way it was. I'd say that when you look at all the situational football, if there's 15 people that are relied on for they play these sets, they're a Blackshirt, they get it. I'm a believer in the Blackshirts. I'm a believer that wearing them is extraordinary privilege, and that it puts a little more juice in every person's step. Anything to keep a person helping kids be their best every day. And, I had my Blackshirt taken off of me in the middle of a practice. And, that was not a good day. Didn't think it was fair, but that's another story. But, everybody does it a little differently. But I think wearing the Blackshirts I was a Blackshirt believer in the spring. So that, you got to, who your 11 best are today. That matters today. So I'm a believer in wearing them all the time. But earning them every day. And if you lose them, get with it. They're not a rite of passage. You compete for it every day.
So let me ask one more question. So you talked about, having it taken away in the middle of a practice. How did you earn it back, the Blackshirt?
You just, you got one of two choices, right? And the beauty, in retrospect, the beauty of that is you want to know who's with you when it's down in the nitty gritty in the fourth quarter. So, if you lose your Blackshirt in the middle of a practice, and what are you going to do? You're going to go sit there and pout, or are you going to give it more and do the best you possibly can? I chose to keep going and do the best I possibly could to earn it back, and I did.
All right. Well, I appreciate your time. Thank you for joining me. And all you fine folks at home, do me a favor Again, comment below Facebook, Twitter, YouTube. All right, let me know any questions you'd like me to ask my upcoming guests. Marcus Satterfield, Larry the Cable Guy. Let me know your thoughts on the black shirts. You know, do you agree with the governor? When they should be handed out, how many should be handed out, how they should be handled in general, okay? And let me know, are you excited about the Character Chronicles website? Because I know I am. We've been working on it for months, so simply comment yes or no, let me know. And until next time, Husker Nation, go Big Red. And always remember...
Throw the bones, Adam, throw the bones.
If you're a diesel mechanic, CDL driver, or concrete finisher looking for work in the Omaha metro area, DPS Construction is the employer for you. If you're a general contractor, building owner, or property manager looking for concrete repair or work done in the Omaha metro area, such as street paving, building floors, and parking lots, check out dpsconstruction.net.